Students, let us continue with the sums of exercise 7.2 of the lesson assignment problem and sequencing. Question number 5. Find the sequence that minimizes the total elapsed time to complete the following jobs in the order A, B. Find the total elapsed time and idle times for both the machines. Jobs are given 1 to 7. 7 jobs are there and 2 machines, and the times for required for both the machines for each job are given in the table. So as per the steps, we will first find the minimum timing of machine A and machine B. Here it is 5, and this value is corresponding to more than 1 jobs. Here the time 5 units is corresponding to the 7th job on machine A and the 6th job on machine B. And the machine A job we will place first and machine B job we will place last. So 7th job is placed first and 6th job is placed last. By removing the two columns of the jobs 6 and 7, we will get the new table as the jobs are 1 to 5 only, and again find the minimum values of these times on both the machines corresponding to these 5 jobs, which is 7 here, and 7 is corresponding to job 1 on machine A. So as it is machine A job, we will place this first job from the beginning, that is after 7 we have to place this job, that is in the second column. Now again table will be reduced by removing this first column corresponding to job 1. So the table contains the job from 2 to 5. Again find the minimum timing of machine A and B, that is 10 here. 10 is corresponding to two different machines. So this time is corresponding to job 4 on machine A and machine B. Now we have to place this job 4 either from third or second last in the sequence. Here we have two different sequences corresponding to the job of 4. If the fourth job is given to machine A, then we will place this fourth job from the beginning, that is third column, and if it is given to machine B, then it is placed in the from last, that is second last. Now the problem will be reduced. The fourth job is again reduced or removed from this table. Then we have the remaining table this way, and again find the minimum timing of machine A and machine B. Here it is 14, and this 14 is corresponding to job 2 on machine B and job 3 on machine B. Job 2 and 3 on machine B only, and job 5 on machine A. So we have different sequences, that is we consider this first one, that is in this previous step we have got two different sequences, and this you have to use these two sequences and make a new one, that is second and third job on machine B. If we are considering, then we have to place the second and third this way from the last, and fifth job is remaining, that can be placed in the remaining position. So the sequence will be this way. And if you are arranging this second and third job like third and second way, this way, that is second, third, this way we have arranged in the first sequence, then we can place the third job, then second job, like that, and the fifth one is fixed in the remaining position. And if you consider the second sequence in the previous step, then we can again take these two different sequences in this 5, 2, 3 and 5, 3, 2. So we have 4 different optimal sequences. Any one we can use to find the total elapsed timing. Here we can consider any one of the obtained sequences in the above step. Let us take the sequence 7, 1, 4, 5, 3, 2, 6. Now we will make the table where the jobs are written as per the obtained sequence, and machine A and machine B in out times are noted, and here we will write the given timings of all the jobs so that we can write the in and out time of each machine easily. Here in time of machine A is started as 0 minute, and the out time it requires 5 minutes for completing the 7th job. So 5 is the out time, and immediately the job is transferred to machine B and its in time will be 5, because the machine A is finishing the job till 5 minutes, so machine B will be starting in 5 minutes. And it needs 7 minutes to complete this job, so 5 plus 7 12 minutes. And the second job, the machine A will per second here means the job 1, so machine A will perform in 5 minutes, so perform in the 5th minute, start performing in 5th minute. So 5 and 7 minutes are required to finish it, so 12 minutes it completes the job. And immediately it will go to the machine B and it start working in 12th minute, and accordingly we will write all in and out time of machine A and machine B. Now in 86 minutes machine A will finish the entire job, that is 7, 1, all the 7 jobs in 86 minutes. And the total elapsed time, that is the entire process, take 91 minutes to finish all the jobs by machine A and machine B. So the total elapsed time is 91 minutes. Now we need to calculate idle time for machine A. It is easy. Total processing time minus this out time of machine A. Then we will get what? Total, that is idle time for machine A, that is resting time. After 86 minutes, machine A does not have any job, so 86 plus 5 minutes A is getting rest. Now to find the idle time of machine B, we need to calculate the idle time or the extra time or resting time obtained in each step. So here in this beginning, machine B in first 5 minutes machine B did not have any work, so that 5 we have to start with. Plus in between this, after 34 minutes machine B is starting the work in the 36th minute, so there it is getting 2 minutes extra for rest, and here in this step also 3 minutes extra. These all are added here, and here 69 plus 2 minutes extra here, and 1 minute in this step also. So these all idle times are added to get the total idle time for machine B. It is 13 minutes. Now let's learn the method of sequencing n jobs on 3 machines. Let there be n jobs, each of which is to be processed through 3 machines, say A, B and C. Each job is processed in a prescribed order, say A, B, C. That is, first the job is processed through machine A, then the job is processed through machine B, then C. Now there is no general process available so far for obtaining the optimum sequencing for 3 machines. So the method for 2 machines can be extended to 3 machines under certain conditions. Let us learn the conditions for this. Conditions for reducing a 3 machine problem into a 2 machine problem. That is, if a 3 machine problem is given, we will reduce the problem into a 2 machine problem, and then use the methods that is used for 2 machines. Now the minimum processing time for the conditions, the first one is the minimum processing time for machine A is greater than or equal to the maximum processing time for machine B. So this condition should be satisfied. And one more conditions, that is the minimum processing time for the machine C is greater than or equal to the maximum processing time for machine B. That is, minimum of Ci greater than or equal to maximum of Bi. I is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. N. AI and BI, AI, BI and CI are the times given for the machine A, B and C respectively. And there are n jobs, so n times for corresponding machines will be given. Procedure for solving 3-machine problem. Step 1. If either one of the above conditions hold, above conditions means minimum timings on machine A greater than or equal to maximum timings of machine B, or minimum timings of machine C greater than or equal to maximum timings of machine B. So, if any of the conditions holds, then we can go to the step 2. If not, the method fails. So, we have to discontinue the sequencing. Now, step 2 says introduce 2 fictitious machines. Fictitious machine means imaginary, say G and H, such that Gi is equal to Ai plus Bi. Gi means what? The processing time on machine, that is new machine G. And Hi is Bi plus Ci, where Hi is the processing time for machine H. And I is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. N. N jobs are there, so we have timings also N. Now, solve the problem as n jobs, 2 machines, that is G and H, and we have already done the problems on 2 machines. So, we have to follow those steps. Once the sequence is determined, go back to the original 3 machines and prepare the work table for 3 machines. That is, after getting the sequence, we will draw the table, that is the table is made for 3 machines with the new sequence. Now, sums on this part are solved in the next video. Thank you.